Big Lakes Dodge. Today I'll be showing you this 2025 Jeep Compass North with 4x4. It is, for engine, we got a 2-liter inline 4 turbocharged engine with start-stop, 8-speed automatic transmission. On the outside it's diamond black crystal pearl. I believe we have the active grille shutters. For our headlamps, we got our LED reflector headlamps. We got some fog lamps down there. What else can I mention while I'm up here at the front? For wheels, it doesn't say on my little sheet here, so we'll look together. It looks like we have 17-inch wheels. So that's 17-inch rims. They got the little Jeep logo in the middle. I don't know if you ever noticed that. They got the little Jeep logo in the middle there. And our compass badging. It does have proximity keyless entry, as you can tell by that little button there. So as long as the key is within 5 feet of the vehicle, it will unlock the doors automatically. On our door here, we got this cloth accent right there. Power locks, power windows. The handle's silver just to make it feel extra fancy. For our sound system, I don't know the specifics on our sound system, I believe, but it sounds pretty good to me. We got our door pockets for our drinks, maybe a bag of chips or something like that. Some all-weather mats in here in the front and the rear. For our seats, we have, I think it's a mixture of cloth and vinyl. Yeah, premium cloth and vinyl bucket seats. They are manual, so to adjust it, you would just use these here. This one does the back. This one pumps it up or down, and then to move it forward, you use that little bar down there. But they're very comfortable. Looking in our glove compartment here, we have our owner's manual, our owner's handbook, as well as our Sirius XM information, I believe our consumer information as well. And then we have a cute little pouch, that green pouch there. That's to store it all in, so it has a nice neat little spot. Then we have tons and tons of room in there as well, so you can throw other things in there. We'll close that up. You can see we have the silver accents here as well as the cloth. It has the blue stitching on it. Makes it feel even fancier, and that's all the way across the dash. But there's just a quick look at the interior. We'll go on into the back and have a look back there. Alright, so back here, same thing, cloth, the blue stitching, our door pockets so you can put your drinks and your snacks. Back here we have our back seat pockets. I'm so sorry that the sun keeps doing that glare. But we have our back seat pockets, which you can throw a book, map, iPad, whatever you want back there. And then here we have a USB port as well as a 12-volt DC port. So that's just like your regular car charger. You would plug that in there. And then our vents above that. Then we also have the floor mats back here, a 60-40 split bench, which is also a mixture of the cloth and vinyl. They do fold down. It just has a little lever here that you pull on, and that will come right down. And then you can tell by this little symbol here, we have the child seat anchor latch system, so you can latch your kids up and have them be nice and safe. When you're pushing these back up, just make sure that the seat belt is not right there, so that way it can lock into place. You push that back, it locks, then you're good to go. In the middle here, we have cup holders that pull down. So if you don't need that extra middle seat, then you can have 2 extra cup holders. I would definitely need those everywhere I go. I'm a 3-drink kind of person. One for sweetness, one for caffeine, and one for hydration. So if you're like me, you'll appreciate all of that. But there's just a quick look back here. We'll go on into the rear, and you can look back here. We have the North badging down there, Jeep 4x4, and then our backup camera is just hidden away there. Alright, it's a manual lift gate, but it does have that little latch, so you can unlatch it back here. In the rear, we have the cargo tie down, so this is just a little hook, so you can tie down your cargo here. I have them in the 4 corners, so it'll be nice and secure. Has these little compartments there for storing things if you want to throw your windshield washer jug there or something. And then this little hidden compartment, so it comes up, it has those things at the back, so when you lift it up, it's not going to lift up right away. Just pull it forward a little. And you have your spare tire there, as well as your tools at the back that you'll need to switch that over. There's a look at our spare tire. You could also stuff, like, there's a little bit of room on the sides there to stuff some extra tools or something for your emergency kit. And then once all the seats do go down, then you have tons more space for your cargo. I can show that to you as well. It's pretty easy from back here. You can latch those down. Latch that down. There you go. There's a look at all that extra space. So tons of room, that's for sure. I'm gonna push this down. We'll go on into the driver's rear side. Put these back up. Make sure our seatbelts aren't gonna block off that latch. Look, our cup holders came down. They know I need them. All right. Headrests are adjustable, so that way you can reduce your whiplash if ever you're in an accident. You're gonna wanna have that right as snug to your head as it can be. But this is our 60 of our 40/60 split bench. All the same things as the other side. Our great cloth accent with the blue stitching, our door pockets, our back seat pockets, and our all-weather mats. You get them on this side too. All right, now let's go into our driver's side. So there's more to talk about over here. Like inside of our power locks and our power windows, you can also lock the windows so that way no one else can open them up but you. We have the power function for our mirrors, which are heated as well. For our seat, it is a manual on this side as well, but it's super comfy, easy to adjust. I'll hop on in and we can talk a bit more, but all the great things going on in here. Sorry, I just had to scooch. And I'm gonna turn down this volume. All right, so for our mirrors, to adjust them, you just select left or right, and then you push this little dial around, and it adjusts accordingly. For the heated mirror function, you go ahead and you turn on your rear window defroster. Once that's on, it'll turn on your heated mirrors. That'll get rid of fogging or like a light layer of frost. That's nice for when it's raining out, or you know, when it's a kind of in-between weather and they start fogging up. You want that extra visibility, so it's nice to get rid of that fog. For our steering wheel, we have our driver information. That's our driver information screen on our cluster there. This controls that, so there's lots of different information that you can go through here. Right now we're on our speedometer. If you click OK on these buttons here, it does switch to miles per hour, so if that ever happens, you just click OK again. You can switch right back. Scrolling down, we have our vehicle information, so our tire pressure, and I'm going to scroll right now. We have our coolant temp, trans temp, oil temp, battery voltage, and then back to our tire pressure. Scroll down again and we have our driver assist system, so you can monitor them here. This one has active lane management, which you also have a button for here. It's currently off. When it is on, it'll show up here. And it'll alert you when you're going outside of your lane marking, so you can see there. It uses a camera behind here, and it'll have the lines to show the markings. But the nice thing about this is it'll detect the lane markings and it'll keep you within those lane markings. So if ever you're going outside of your lane, it'll alert you by doing a vibration in the steering wheel, as well as provide the steering assist. So what that is it'll steer itself to pull back into the lane. So if you feel it pulling, make sure that that's not engaged if you don't want that. And then it'll just light up here once it's off, and it'll show up on your driver information screen as well. So that's our driver assist systems, and you can see them here on your driver information screen. I'm going to continue scrolling down. We got our fuel economy. That's just our average fuel economy. It monitors it as you go just to see what kind of average fuel economy you're getting. Trip information, so we have trip A and trip B. You can monitor both of those there. Your start stop system, so it does come with the start stop. You can turn that off here and it'll show up here as well that it is off. So what that is it'll turn your engine off when you're stopped at a stoplight or a stop sign for too long. Well, not too long, but after a certain amount of time it'll turn the engine off, and that's to save you fuel, cut back on emissions. But if you don't like that your engine's turning off on you, then you can go ahead and turn that off there, and it'll show up here as well, so you can see that. This is our audio, so you can see what's playing. If you have your Bluetooth connected, it'll also show what audio is playing on your phone up on here. Messages, there's no stored messages because that's for if it says check engine, low tire pressure, any of that kind of stuff. It'll store that message here. Of course, this is a brand new vehicle, so it doesn't have anything like that just yet. We'll leave that up to you. And then screen setup, this is so you see how we have that compass up there that says northwest. It shows we're facing northwest. Run, so to show that it's running, I believe. But there are a few customizable things, like you can set the temperature and whatnot. So when you click OK, you can set in the different areas that they give you what you would like, which information you would like in those spots. Settings, to set up the vehicle settings, if you want the hill start assist, I believe that's the only thing it has in here. You can set that up there. And then we're back to our speedometer. So that's what these buttons do. And then we have our call answer, call end. If you do hold this, that brings up the voice recognition, which lets you tell the vehicle what to do, like text this person, do that, whatnot. So when you have your Bluetooth connected, you can change the song, you can open up a certain app if you have the Apple CarPlay or Android Auto connected, because once you have that connected, then you see your phone's user interface there, so it'll show all of your apps. What else can I go over? Here we have our cruise control, so you can see that's just your regular cruise control. Once it's engaged, it'll show that little clock up there. If you need to turn the speed up or down on your cruise control, cancel or reset. But that's our steering wheel here. On the back we do have rocker switches, so this one does your tuning. They're steering wheel mounted, so that way you're not going to have to fiddle with anything over there. You can go ahead and switch the song. So let's say I don't like this radio station, I'm going to click that and it's going to switch. Oh, that would have been better if I was showing you this. And I'll show you that this one is the volume control. So you can go ahead and do that just while you're driving. So say you're driving like this, you just go down and do that there. So much easier. Over here we have our infotainment center. So it's a Uconnect 5, I believe. Let me double check that. Yeah, Uconnect 5 with 8.4 inch display. So this is a 8.4 inch display. On our home screen, these widgets are customizable. Right now we have it set to our audio as well as our phone. You can also have your climate control or whichever other apps you want on there. Those are customizable. You just click this little pencil there and you can set which ones you would like. We also have these little shortcuts up here. So when you click that, there you go. So when you click that, then you can adjust your temperature setting as well as turn on your heated seats and your heated steering wheel. And then here we have our audio, so all of your different audio sources, you can go through them. But you can connect through Bluetooth, USB, USB-C port, as well as an auxiliary port. I believe we should have one. And then you also have Sirius XM and AM FM radio. So all those options are here. When you're on your playing Sirius XM page, you can save all your presets down here. So say that this Wooly is my favorite radio station. I'm gonna hold that and it saves right there. So it's really easy. You can also browse from here, see all the different radio stations in one menu. Then our climate control, so you can see our different modes, our different fan settings, the AC and the front and rear window defrosters, as well as the temperature control over here. Then they have a separate page for your seats, so we have heated seats in the front. You can turn them on here, as well as your heated steering wheel. I already went over that this is our Bluetooth page, so with that, if you have your Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, it will switch to that symbol there. For vehicle, you can see that in our settings, you can look at almost everything's customizable, like the touchscreen beep, the brightness, radio off delay, how long it takes for the radio to turn off after you turn off the vehicle. All of those are customizable, as well as your key fob, like how many beeps it does when you lock it and whatnot. For our safety and driving assistance, it does have the automatic emergency braking, so that works with your forward collision warning, and it will have the active braking as well. So when you click that, provides a warning in case of potential forward collision, or applies brakes and warning, so you can adjust if you want it to warn you or if you want it to also apply the brakes just to help avoid a collision. Then we have the drowsy driver alert, which you can turn on if, let me see, monitors driving behavior and provides alerts when driving behavior suggests driver may be drowsy. So if you're going out of your lane markings a lot, they might think you're drowsy. Oh my gosh, it must be cold or something. And then active lane management, which I kind of already went over with you. Then we have all of our apps here on the vehicle. So they're all here. Wi-Fi hotspot, the SOS. Everything that the vehicle has is in one nice little page. One thing I forgot to go over is in controls, when you go from settings to controls, you can also see your rear view camera without having to back up. So you click that and you can see what's right behind you. You can also zoom into your bumper there. But that's just really cool to know that you can look at what's behind you without having to put it into reverse. Below that, we already kind of went over this. This one in the middle is our traction control. This one's our hazards. We have our fan, our air vent adjustments here, if you want to turn them off or turn them on, open, close them. Volume control, tuning, This is for adjusting the temperature, front and rear window defrosters, AC, air circulation, and your different modes. Then this in the middle is our fan settings. You can mute the audio. When you click that, it'll turn off the audio. Then when you click it again, it'll put it back at the setting that it was at. You can turn the screen off altogether and turn it back on. Below that we have our USB and our USB-C port. Then we have this little compartment for storing things down here, and it has this removable liner, so that way if you spill anything down there, it'll be nice and easy cleaning. Electronic park brake, our gear shifter, and then this one is our what is it called? Select terrain traction management system that the Jeeps have. So you can choose if you're going through sand and mud, you can switch to that setting. It kind of just changes how you shift, the shifting patterns, the snow mode, and then the auto mode, which will just grab traction as needed. It'll switch between the 2-wheel and the 4x4 and just grab it as needed. Then we have 4-wheel drive lock, so if ever you're really stuck and you need to use that, make sure that you come to a stop before you engage that. Then in the middle here we have our cup holders, which has our key sitting in it, and I'll quickly go over that. We do have remote start on this, as well as the remote keyless entry, and then a panic alarm in case anything happens near your vehicle and you want to alert people. You can go ahead and click the panic. It also helps scare people away from your vehicle. If you see some riffraff hanging out looking like real sus, then you can go and scare them off. In here we have some extra storage space that has a little liner down there, so you can also remove that if needed. Looking upwards, we have our interior lights, which you just turn on there, and then our sun visors, which do have a vanity on them. It looks like they have LEDs, but they're not. Maybe they're not LEDs, but we have a vanity on both sides as well. What else can I go over? The automatic dimming mirror, I believe we have that on this one. No, actually I don't think we do, but we do have an SOS button on it. So what that does is that calls the emergency services in case anything happens. If you're ever in an accident, it will call them automatically. They try to reach your phone, and if you do not answer the call, they'll assume that you're unconscious and need help, so they'll send help anyways. So that's nice to have. What else? Ooh, we have a windshield wiper de-icer. So up here, you can see that no, maybe you can't see. It's really hard with the sunlight hitting it, but there's some little heat element things there. So what that does is it'll heat up there, so that way it'll get rid of the ice and snow on your windshield wipers. So that way when you're wiping them, they'll be ready to work for you. That's about it. Pedestrian, cyclist, emergency braking, kind of went over that. Yep, I think that's it. We'll wrap it up. All right, so here's one final look at the interior. A great little vehicle. Has all the necessities. If you want to take it for a test drive or have any questions on it, feel free to give us a call at Big Lakes Dodge. We're always happy to help. See you in the next one.